So, good night, everybody, and welcome to this live stream. Just let me know in the chat where you're actually joining this live stream on. And if it's your first time here, you can actually put a one in the chat so I can know that this is your first time here. And for those who don't know me, my name is actually Overall Mackenzie. Now, in today's live stream, we will definitely be talking about how to deal with a negative experience. And we all, well, probably 95% of people have always or have encountered some form of negative experience. And how did you actually deal with it? Let us know in the chat while you're jumping on if you had actually ever had any negative experience in your life and how exactly did you actually deal with it. So, on this channel, I will teach you how to grow your network marketing business and help you solve your everyday tech problems. Now, you know I like to share my knowledge with you guys because I strongly believe that the application of knowledge is power and I want to empower you all. So, if you feel that somebody in your contacts that you know need to hear this message, feel free to actually just click on the share button and just share it out to them. Just share it out to them while we'll be having some form of fun right here. So I'll be just checking in the chat to see where you guys are actually tuning in from. After looking at the chat now, let us know where you're tuning in from and what it is like in your part of the world. Where I'm actually at, it's a little bit chilly over here and it's very windy. So just let us know in the chat while you jump on where you're tuning in from and what this thing's like there. And if you had ever had any negative experience in your life and how exactly did you deal with it. So just before I get on to talking about how to actually deal with negative experience, I'm just gonna share about say 30 seconds of my story with you guys so that we are not complete stranger. So we're gonna talk about negative experience about your life, but more in particular, negative experience doing network marketing or entrepreneurship. So, about 3 years ago, I was actually introduced to network marketing. And if you guys are brand new and you don't know what network marketing is simple. A friend sharing a product or a service with a friend and being compensated financially for doing so and compensated to indefinite levels from the persons who actually share that same products with their friends and family too. So I was actually introduced to the industry about 3 years ago. Now, at the time when I was looking at the information, I don't know where you guys are in your life right now, whether you're watching this on the replay or whether you're watching it live. I don't know where you are in your life right now. But at that point, I was literally at the lowest point in my life. What do I mean when I say I was at the lowest point in my life? Here's the thing. I was in $4 million debt. I was number one. And number two, I was actually sick. I had stroke. I spent 11 days in the university hospital. But even though I was seeing the information from a complete stranger, I definitely took a leap of faith and got started. Now, with a mentorship that I have, my mentor is absolutely phenomenal. She has making billions of dollars from the network marketing. She have a team of over 400,000 people. With the type of mentorship that I was able to receive from her, I myself was able to grow a team of well over 400 people. And I've been on 8 phenomenal trips all around the world with the teamwork and the support. The money I make from the concept, I was able to use that to pay down more than 70% of my debt. Guys, see what I mean? So if I can do it, you guys can all do it. But what we want to talk about today, as you join this live stream, I see some people jumping on. Let me know exactly where you're tuning in from. And if it's your first time here, have you have been here before, and what it is like in your area, what the climate is. Because where I'm at right now in Kingston, it's a bit windy. It's a little windy and a little bit chilly. So you guys can let me know in the chat. I'm looking at the chat where you're tuning in from and it's your first time here and stuff like that. So let's get on to the information. So if you have ever built a direct selling team or a network marketing team before, or any organization, any business at all that you have built before, you know that you're gonna have some form of negative experience. And how do you actually get around that? Because there is no way around not having some form of negative experience while building a business, and direct selling team, network marketing, or anything like that. Let me know in the chat if you have ever had any form of experiences like that and how you actually dealt with it. I'm actually looking at the chat, and at the same time, you can let me know where you're tuning in from. Guys, let us have a conversation rather than just me talking to you guys. I'm actually looking at chat. I'm not seeing anything coming from the chat right now, but I can see that some persons are actually on. So in my 3.5 year plus in entrepreneurship, I have had an experience. I think I've had all of the negative experiences, and it's my ability to deal with them why I survive and why I'm still here today. So negative experience like, listen, company change, cool. People quit on me, people quit your team. You see what I mean? Even disaster like losing 90% of your team and have to go rebuild it again. Um, you name it, everything, to being in debt, everything, have it all. But here's how you actually get around to deal with negative stuff. When negative things happen early on to me, I used to like make it bother me and make it a great deal. And I used to lose sleep and be stressed out about it and be like crazy and all upset and want to rip my hair out of my head. But for the sake of saving my sanity, I found a magical solution, and I've never had to deal with those type of thing again where I'm losing sleep or anything like that. And the magical solution that I've found, I've never heard anyone else teach it. So if you guys are ready for it, let me know in the chat if you're actually ready to know what that magical solution that I've found to how to deal with negative problems. So I can see Mr. Harris is actually on. Bless up, bro. So here's the thing. I am by no means totally free from stress. What I mean, we all have our moments, but I've learned to get over things very quickly. And today I'm going to actually give you the secret that I have. And it's just two words. Everybody ready for the two words? The two words that I've actually used to get over negative experience is what I myself call purposeful amnesia. You guys get that? Purposeful amnesia. And here's how I do it. When bad things happen, I stop talking about them. Just stop talking about it once it happened. Every time you complain, it is like you're picking off the scab and you just continue to prolong your injury. Now, you know, like when you get a cut and it's bettering, and you ever see little children, they pick off the scab, they're just prolonging their injury. It's going to take a longer time to get better. So, when someone quit or if something negative happened to you, stop badmouth them, or even if you're right, stop talking about it because you're prolonging the injury. You guys know what I mean? If you agree with that, let me know in the chat that that totally makes sense and I agree with what you're saying. So I just use purposeful amnesia and I just stop talking about it. I can see that Rochelle says the climate here in Westmoreland is cold. It's cold here in Kingston too. Let me know in the chat if you actually agree with my method. Stop broadcasting your issues on social media. You're prolonging. Here's the hint. You think you're venting. Other people think that you are just a negative complainer. And Mr. Harris, if you're still on the call, you can relate to what I'm saying because you know we have some coworkers like that. You know which one I'm talking in particular. You see what I mean? I'm not gonna call it names. So when these negative things pop up in your mind, force your mind elsewhere. Find something else to think about. I'm going to give you guys a golden nugget. So here's the deal. Zero positive comments in your life by wishing the past was different. You know what I mean? Wishing things were different in the past is absolutely and totally a waste of your mental energy. You guys see what I mean? So here's what you want to do. See what I call it. Oh, Conrad Stars is saying I call it selective memory loss. So here's the deal. I agree with that, and it absolutely makes sense. By focusing on past negativity, you're allowing your past to piss on your future. You see what I mean? You're allowing your past to get into your future. It's like you have a very bad negative ex spouse, and now you meet this nice, new, angelic, nice woman. But guess what? You're bringing over the past, all the past negative that you have in the previous relationship into this one. No matter how good this lady is, gonna affect it. So just forget about it and don't prolong it. And here's a golden nugget that I want to leave with you guys. The past is history. The future is mystery. But you see, today it is a gift, and that is why it is called the present. You guys see what I mean? Does that soak in already? That is it why it is called the present. So my friend, the next time something negative happens, learn from any mistake you may have made and immediately implement the two key words: purposeful amnesia. Now, here's the deal. You can also use, if you don't want to use two words, let me give you guys an alternative. You can also say that this too will pass. If you don't want to use two words, use four words and just forget about it and move on. That is how I've learned to deal with negative experience and turn them around and change my life in a big, meaningful way. So if you guys feel like I add some value to you today and you learned something, let me know in the chat. Um, let me know if you actually learned something from what you're saying. If you have any questions, let me know in the chat. Feel free to participate. But that is what I actually had to share with you guys today as how I actually deal with negative experiences when I have them. And that was what was able to propel me and to make me become successful and to get over everything negative. And it doesn't bother me. I doesn't lose any sleep about it or anything like that. I just quickly deal with it by either using the two words or four words, whichever one you want to use. Cool. So as I said, that's what I have for you today. I will looking at the chat, see if any questions, anything is coming from the chat. If there is nothing coming from the chat, I want to absolutely thank you guys for jumping onto the live stream. We try to do them every day once we have the time to do them, because you know that we have a 9 to 5 and the 9 to 5 might get in the way some of the time. Once 9 to 5 doesn't get in the way and we have the time to do them, we'll definitely be doing these live stream every day, adding my knowledge to you guys, sharing my thoughts and experience, because we know that the application of knowledge is power. If you think somebody out there is going through something negative and they don't know how to deal with it, feel free to share this message with them so that they can be empowered and stuff like that. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you have many questions, feel free to share them right now. I'll be looking at the chat for another 2 minutes or so. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. But I'll be playing some music for about 30 seconds or a minute to see if you guys have anything that you want to say in the chat. And then we will close this live stream. So Mr. Harris is saying we have a built-in feature called ignore. We can use it. Now, it's not as that easy to use the ignore because Remember, you're constantly talking to yourself every day. So it's gonna come up in your mind when you're talking to yourself. But you just wanna try to just when you self talk to you, talk back to yourself and say, hey, this too will pass. Or you say, listen, I'm gonna have a purpose not to talk about this, not to share this with anything. Or you just focus on something else. That's how you're gonna get away. But if you just try to ignore it like that, it will sometimes kind of overpower you if your mental is not that strong. You see what guys what I mean? So thank you guys for the participation. Anything else you guys want to share in the chat? I'll definitely looking at the chat while I bounce off a little 30 seconds. Cool. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll definitely see you guys tomorrow. Be safe now and have a good night.